overall impressions. I mean, you had the ball a lot. You scored 10 goals. I mean, there was a lot of turnovers both sides. Just why don't you give your overall thoughts on how women's lacrosse played?
Yes. Well, thank you, Bill, for being here. You know, I want to almost cry. It's been like 300 and some days since we've played. And so big home opener for Navy women's lacrosse starting out the 2021 season. And it really is a tribute to our staff and to the athletics department to really providing us this opportunity. Our team, I felt today, was so ready to play. And yeah, I mean, it's like playing in Lambeau Field. So we were doing more of the running game. The passing game wasn't going to be there. If Gronk was in the game, I'd pass it to Gronk a couple times, but we didn't need Gronk because we had big plays by Nice and Nicole and Ellie and a lot of physical play. However, you know, George Mason provided us with an opportunity to compete today. Despite the conditions, and it may not have been reflective of how the conditions were, or everything was literally frozen. So on Golden Pond, or, you know, we could have the NHL might want to play here tonight, but honestly, so proud of the team for being resilient. Reagan came up huge on the draw, and yeah, defense came up huge, scored double digits, kept them to single digits all around. And great riding. The riding provided us with several, you know, opportunistic fast break opportunities that we really needed to gain some momentum.
People were probably wondering who might, you know, step up as kind of a go-to scorer with Kelly Larkin graduating, Kayla Harris and other. But Nicole Victory, she 4 goals today. She looked good behind the net operating. Can you just talk a little bit about Nicole?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we like Nicole from X. It provides us, you know, a wonderful offensive opportunity to really kind of dominate X. And yeah, she got struggled a little bit early, just kind of find your niche where you can take your defender. And that opened up other opportunities. So when she could take it from X, then Ellie was taking it from the wing. Again, it was very difficult to provide any kind of you know, feeds on the inside and things just because of catching and throwing abilities today. But Nicole really has set a standard for today's game. You know, they're seniors. It's time for them to play, and it's time for them to step up. So seriously, in honor of, and we will never, ever forget Kayla Harris and Annalise Hayward and Kelly Larkin and the rest. The seniors showed up and ready to play, and as the rest of the team.
I thought the 2 freshmen who saw a lot of playing time, Isabel Thornburg and Lily Denton. I'm sorry, is that her?
Yeah, no, I just laugh. We love Lily from Nashville. Her father's a big time sports agent. So if you need an agent, just call Lily or Dad.
What do you think of the 2 freshmen? You like them?
Oh yeah, and hey. Let's start a tradition here. Isabel Thornburg is from Kelly Larkins High School, Bishop Ireton, well coached, great player. Yeah, just did the little things. Didn't try to be fancy. Didn't try anything more than, you know, just to, you know, play together. Again, difficult in any kind of circumstances, in particular today, to be able to, you know, really execute anything offensively. But it is an opportunity for us to grow into next week's game, because regardless of the playing conditions, there's never an excuse for Navy women's lacrosse. We'll go back, we'll fine tune things. We were, you know, less than a spectacular on our 1 extra man offense. And yeah, we knew going into this game, we didn't want perfect to stand in the way of good. So good prevailed. And, you know, we'll work on the other things this week. Thank you, Bill.
Bill Bergman, do you have any questions?
Yeah, if you first coach, the draw controls today were dominant. Just how important is it to win in the circle and just to get transition and get the ball right away?
Yeah, you know, thanks for the question. It's a great question because we were a little concerned about the draw. We know how much, And, George Mason comes in here with a solid resume from last year. And with that new, the bulk of their scores back and a new coach, Karamupo, who played at Northwestern, plays pro, played on the U.S. team. So yeah, there was concern about the draw. One of their top draw players, top draw to get the draw was a wing player 27. I thought that Aaron Carson did a wonderful job. But beyond that, it started with Reagan and it ended with Reagan. She was spectacular on the draw. She knew that we were going to ride on her, and that, like, in other words, on her success, and she just got, as Reagan would, a Minnesota girl who played ice hockey, she would take that on as in that leadership role, starting with the whistle and the draw.
I think the word Reagan used was unreal. Just for you as a coach, what was this moment like to be back on the sidelines after nearly a year off?
It is. As a coach, you just worry about kind of letting the horses out of the barn, and we were going to get overly excited. So we kept it, low key, because we know that good shots go. Performance wise, we wanted to take quality opportunities. I don't know if you always saw that today. However, we did see a team that was totally resilient in the conditions and understanding what it really was going to take to pull out this victory today. And as the game started, it was just kind of unreal to feel that we have gone as long as we have, more than probably any other sport. The spring sports are the ones that haven't played hardly at all against another opponent. And yeah, it was kind of surreal today. I know that's a common word, but and again, the protocol, what the willingness to do whatever we needed to do to be able to step out on the field was something we were all bought into, from the, again, going back to our athletic department, Scott Squassmeyer, our training staff, the doctors. Let's do this. Let's do it in a safe manner, so that we can compete like crazy.
A good start for Navy women's lacrosse. Why don't you just tell your overall thoughts about the game?
Well, word that comes to mind is cold, for sure. But I think we started out really strong. This is how we wanted to start the season, with a big win, with some just getting confidence to build up on defense and offense and the draws. I thought overall we really worked well together. We fought through the cold and the frozen sticks, and it was a great start to our season.
Yeah, I noticed that players were coming over to the sideline to get their sticks warmed by the heater. How much did the wet sticks then freezing affect your ability to control the ball?
Oh, it was like playing with a tennis racket for the start of it. I mean, the string was just absolutely frozen, and the ball wasn't heavy enough to make a difference. So the heater definitely helped. It melted some of the ice, and then we were able to play a little bit better. But yeah, it was definitely an adjustment with the frozen mesh.
Can you talk about your work on the draw controls? Because Navy can dominate possession, and you did a phenomenal job with the draws. I mean, I think you take pride in that. And just tell me a little bit about your thoughts on how you did with the draws.
Well, a big thing is possession wins games. So if we don't have the ball, we can't win a game. So it starts with the draw. We work almost every day on it. There's a group of 4 of us. We really focus on getting our hands fast, beating the girl on the draw. But it's also with the circle, communicating with them. Ellie and Aaron Carson did a great job today. They boxed out, so I was able to get it, or I would box out, so they were able to get it. Just scrapping. We fought really hard for the draw because we knew that if we had the ball, we were going to win.
I'll let Phil Bergman go.
Hey, Reagan, Phil Bergman, NavySports.com. Just getting this first win of the season in the first game, just what does this do for the tone of the season moving forward?
Well, it definitely sets a positive tone. Starting out with a win always feels good. The work has paid off. We didn't know how they were going to be because we just haven't played in a while. So getting the possession and getting the ball down and being able to emphasize on that and capitalize on that was a big part. And I think just like going into our next game Saturday, we're a little bit more fired up because we know our hard work pays off. So being able to know that we can work as a team and we can just dominate is a big start to our season.
That's it for me. Thank you.
Reagan, on a day like this, what is worse? Is it your hands or is it the stick?
Oh man, I mean, it's kind of a combination because your stick is an extension of your hands, but when you can't feel your hands, it's really hard to control a stick that is already a tennis racket. So it was the hands for me today.
Wags, any other questions?
Hey, Reagan, I mean, I know the weather wasn't ideal for lacrosse, but I'm sure in a way you all didn't care. I mean, tell me how excited you were to be back out on the field.
It was unreal. I've been waiting, they said, I think 340 days. We've been waiting that long for this game to come, and we didn't care that with rain or shine, we were going to play. So it was an awesome feeling to get back out there with the team and be able to just play, and without, playing our own team, we got to play somebody else, so it's definitely a great feeling to be back. We're excited to continue on with the season and hope it warms up.
I know you haven't had a chance to review the film or anything, but just on, first impressions, what do you think are some of the things you'd like to work on, improve on? You had 20 turnovers, but I know a lot of that's attributable to the conditions, but you feel like that's one of the things, stick work, ball handling might be one of the areas you can improve?
For sure. Just getting those ground balls on the first try. We had a lot of scraps on the ground where it was back and forth. It was like we were playing ping pong. So I think that's going to be a big thing, is just making sure we're scrapping and following through. And then the transitions, we did a great job running it down, but I think we could be faster, give the offense a little bit more time to score. But overall, I thought it was a great game. We played well. We connected on a lot of things, and weather permitting, we played our best.
Hey, one last question for me, Reagan. With the turnovers, how much of it was the weather, and how much of it is only having 1 week of practice together as a full team?
I'd like to say it was all the weather, so I'm gonna go with that. I mean, our transitions were so great in practice. We were crushing it in our scrimmages. So I definitely say most of it was the weather, because the ball was just bouncing out and there was not much we could do about it.